Hello, thank you very much for tuning into this week's section of reads. These readings should be on the YouTube channel James 13 Wicca, in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The dice and decks I'm using are listed below. Other than that, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's also below. Other than that, let's go ahead get into the reading you chose. Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Taurus? Ooh. Well, let's get them all down before we get too excited. What is that leading to, though? So, it looks good. It does look good. We're trying to get out of the energy of discontent. We got a lot of good things come here. The energy is kind of like right now. This is like the base energy at the moment. There may be the situation may not be bad, but it's hard not to see all the flaws. Whatever the current situation is, it's gone into a new era. It might have over the last year or less, it's gone into a new era. Last year or less, it's kind of gone into a new era, and it just keeps moving forward in this certain direction. And I keep seeing the flaws, but there's a lot of opportunity for you. A lot of opportunity. And it may be kind of making peace with with this new era, what I'm losing with this new era. It may be hard to not over center on that. Especially if things that are falling away or part of this stuff is stuff like I like that. I didn't want to let go of that. That makes complete sense why this is kind of holding you back a little bit. But it's kind of, hopefully this reading is going to help reposition this. Kind of like you have the power to bring certain aspects back in and re-cement them in a different way. This reminds me of like when you have broken china. At least that's what, or very expensive plates. I don't know how else you say it. It's kind of like, oh, they're broken. Now they're worthless. They're not. You can make mosaics out of them. And it's kind of like, maybe it won't be what it was. Maybe it won't have the ability to use it like you used to, but it can be refurbished into something else and you can still enjoy them, still have them. It's up to you. That's what we're at the moment. Because this whole, I keep looking at this, something has gone into a new phase. It's been, I don't think it's been like turning on a light switch like now we're in a new phase. It's been like coming in. It kind of reminds me of like, when one astrological sign goes from one to the next, there is like a blending of energy. Like I would say, for example, when the sun goes from, we're in Scorpio now. When the sun was going from Libra into Scorpio, there's a period in there where you're going to have a mix of both energies. And I believe the way I was taught, 2 days before and 2 days after. So it's like as it's leaving Libra, you have more Libra energy, you have less Scorpio, but the Scorpio is starting to come in. When you're in that middle section where it's tripping over, you have half and half. And then for the 2 days after, you have more Scorpio, less Libra, until the Libra energy has moved on. So that's kind of what I feel like is going on here. It's like we have that energy going through its transition. It could be that it's been going on for, I would say, probably less than a year, but it could go up to a year for where it's kind of taking it. I keep getting the idea of if somebody has passed away, it might be transitioning away from how they used to do things and going into the new way of doing things. It could be something where, or somebody's passing away might have affected something like that. It could be something like that where we're trying to hold on to the way things were, but it is transitioning. Your energy is strong. I usually think Taurans know they're strong. Once in a while I've seen where maybe there's certain subjects that are a struggle, granted, but your energy is pulling in, your heart is pulling in, it's using your intellect with your heart to get what you feel you want to keep from the past. Again, it's like we have broken china. Oh no, now it's worthless. Before we throw it away, though, we can refurbish it into like a mosaic artwork. I just remember that happening with one person where they were very upset because something happened and a lot of the dishes were broken. They were very old dishes and they were very important to this person. And they refurbished it into like a beautiful piece of artwork, and it was very pretty. They got to talk about it. They got to talk about where the pieces came from and all the memories that they had from that. So it was, I don't know, it was very nice for them in the long run. Would they have preferred to kept them intact the way they originally were? Yeah. But did they still enjoy what they made from it? Yeah. So there's that. You have the ability to do this. Are you going to do it in 5 seconds? Probably not. 5 minutes? No. 5 days? Probably not. 5 months? Maybe. It may take you literally 5 years to bring it back to where you wanted it to be, but still it'll get there. Maybe. It's up to you. Possibly 5 months. Could be up to 5 years for you to get it right where, like, okay, this is what I had left over from it. This is what I did. But still, better than not having it at all. I know that Taurans like reliability, and if it takes a long time to get it where you want, it'll probably stay there for quite a long time, so that's fine. The longer it takes to put it where it needs to go, the longer it's going to stay where it needs to stay, you know? I feel like for the people this is going to click with, it's all about having the mindset. It's almost like giving yourself permission to move that forward that way. It may be literally just hinging on that. You giving you permission. There's other cards coming in with it. I really feel like I said it that way, and I feel like, yeah, that's it. Like, it's not the whole reading. I'm not trying to say that. But it's kind of like, this, literally, you giving you permission. You might struggle with it for a minute. But it's like looking at like what do I want from this? What do I want? That's the 3 of Cups here, which talks about community and connection. There may be a lot of that connected to this. It means something in that realm for you at the very least, or it could have a direct connection, a literal connection that way. But it's having the strength to allow yourself to make this decision, to allow yourself to even consider going down that path. If you let yourself consider it, you'll find what you need to find, and you'll find ways to make that happen. Some of you might even like confer with people you trust to see what ideas they have, where you're still in control of like where it will go, but like, this is what happened. I just don't know. I don't want to let go of the past on this, but I don't know how I could bring this into the future. It's all broken. And somebody be like, well, yes, I've heard people doing this with that, but you could also do that. It's kind of like when I've seen people do mosaics, it was like a piece of like artwork that you hung on the wall. But I have seen people turn it into sculptures and other things. I've seen people, for example, we're going to use the China thing again. They've created like this table situation, which it confused me at first, but I guess they put like a lip around the table. They placed all the pieces the way they wanted to, and they had to very carefully pour some type of epoxy over it. But then I think they put something else like a glass top over it, something too. I don't know. It was a very beautiful table when they were done. But there's different, like, you don't have to have it hanging up on the wall. You could have different things. There's different ways to handle it, basically. And people can give you ideas and tell you this and tell you that. And like, well, you could try it this way first with something else. And if it works out, then you can use those important pieces in another piece of artwork or whatever. So you might have people, I was thinking about this. What do you think? Have you seen this happen before? Do you know of anybody who could help me figure out how to do that? If I want to do that, that type of thing, that might go on here. There is this really beautiful moment that's coming. You might negate it out. Okay, you don't have to. But that's a big piece of this reading. There's a beautiful moment coming. The Sun card is coming in. Whatever the situation is, the transition, it's going to hit its completion point. Before you get there, though, if you've already made some decisions, found a way to hold on to what you wanted from the past, even though it may be different, it may be at least close enough to where I feel like it can still hold on to that happiness. When this Sun moment comes in, you can make good on that and continue it forward. If you aren't, if you're not really in the mood, I don't know, that's not right either. How do I want to say this? If you're still going against the grain, maybe that's the best way to put it. You're just not, you're not on board with it. You could end up blocking this Sun moment. At least for yourself. Maybe not for everybody, but for yourself. It's almost like people saying, well, we used to go to grandma's for this holiday, but grandma passed away, so we can't do that anymore. So everybody's gonna go here the week after. Instead of going on the holiday, everybody can be free like a week after. So the week after, we're gonna go here. We're gonna try to keep as many of those traditions alive. Not the same day, but very close, and not at grandma's, at this other place. So we're gonna try it and see if it works. And it may be something like, well, that's not good enough. I'm not going to do that. You might have that response. It's possible. Or this opportunity comes in, and you might come in with the sense of like, you know what? I've already been like trying to find ways to hold on to some of these traditions. I've already decided what traditions mean the most to me. I would like to be a part of that. Can I do this as well? Can I bring this, can I do this? Can I start this and add that into this situation? So it's like I can not only be a part of like the tradition trying to keep going, but I can, try to, highlight or bring in what I want, take some of the past and rekindle that, bring that into the future situation. And you might find out that other people are also on board with that. Maybe they have their own ideas. Okay, let's pool our thoughts. Let's see what we can do to keep that tradition together and alive as much as possible. It won't be exact, but maybe it can be good enough. Good enough. Apparently I'm very rabbit ears today. You could end up blocking it if you're not open to it. I feel like, again, this reading is really trying to help you be in a position where you're ready and you've already have ideas about what you want. So it's not just like, wait, what? It's more like, oh, okay, I'm kind of going in that direction anyway. Let's see if we can kind of merge this together and we can make good things happen. Abundance wants to show up in your life. Abundance will not force itself on you. Prosperity, same thing. The way this is feeling. There's a lot of positive energy that could bring forth a whole new era. The last one passed. The new one is coming in. A lot of positive energy could come in. You could be a very strong part of that. You won't be super wonderful, happy about it in the beginning. In the very beginning, even if you're on board with it, on board as much as you're going to be, rabbit ears, is on board as much as you're going to be, it may be kind of like, I don't know how this, smile and just get through it is what I keep getting. Not because you, the reason I would smile and bear it is because I don't really want other people's opinions at this time. So if I just act like I'm more happy with it than I actually am, I feel like they leave me alone and I can just sort through it, sift through it on my terms, the way I want to. It's not grin and bear it in the sense of like, just so other people can be happy. It's not that version of it. It's more the version of like, I don't want people in my way. And if they don't realize I'm not completely at peace with something, if they don't realize that, then I don't have to deal with them. And I don't feel like I want to deal with them. I feel like that's what it is. You do what you think is right. This is just an option, a possibility to just kind of like, yeah, it's good. No, I like it. It's fine. Not in the sense of like, I'm trying to make people feel like it's better than it actually is. More in the sense of like, I just don't want these people in my way. I don't want them, trying to convince me of this or that, or I don't need that. So it's kind of like just to get that out of the way. I'll just be like, yeah, it's great, even though maybe I don't feel that way. It's just kind of like, I don't need that conversation. I don't want that conversation. I feel like people do that a lot at work, in work situations. Kind of like, yeah, like I love it, just so that I don't have to get, because, people are like, no, it's the best idea on the planet. It sure is. Wow. Yeah, no, it's not. But sure, it is, just because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see this person or have them try to convince me that they're, oh, my plan is the best plan. Sure. Okay. If it needs to be, fine, it is. This is coming in later. There's more opportunities, more things. There's a re-establishing of, it feels like a tradition to me. It doesn't have to be literally that, but like a new process that's going to stick. People want you involved. People feel like if you're involved and they can have your backing on it, it'll, not only will it work, it'll stay. And that's why they want you involved. They want to bring you in on it. They want to reestablish something and they want it to stick. There's more of this coming in later, and you're going to be wanted to be a part of the new situation for that reason, because if you're there and you back it up, it'll work right and it'll stay. And again, this is where I was talking of prosperity and abundance. Both are trying to come in, but they're not going to force themselves on you. There is a chance that you might block it. You could block it, whatever this is. Block, like, your connection with it. I don't know that you would block the whole thing, not, like it wouldn't happen at all, but you could end up blocking your connection with it. Again, that's why I'm saying prosperity and abundance, they want to show up, but they're not going to force themselves on you. So, forever, whatever that is. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.